Hi again, everybody. Here's a nice little game that was played in Athens in 1935 with Papantoniou with the white pieces and Kudalin with the black, and it's a Queen's Gambit declined. And it starts out d4, d5, knight f3, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, knight b to d7, e3, bishop to e7, a3, and black now castles. White brings the queen out to c2. Black plays a6. White brings the bishop out to d3. Black plays the rook over to e8. White now goes ahead and castles. Black plays c6. White goes ahead and advances the c-pawn up to c5. Black moves the knight back to f8. So white brings the knight at f3 up to e5. Now black takes the knight at f6 and moves it over to d7. White plays the f-pawn up to f4. And black plays his f-pawn to f6, hitting at the knight. And white decides to just retreat the knight back to f3. Black brings his queen out to c7. White goes ahead and pushes the f-pawn up to f5. And black decides to move his e-pawn to e5, obviously threatening to play it to e4, hitting at white's bishop and knight. So white takes the knight at f3 and moves it out to h4. And sure enough, black goes ahead and plays the e-pawn to e4, hitting at the bishop. But instead of retreating the bishop, white decides to sacrifice a piece for 2 pawns, and he plays knight takes e4. And after black recaptures the knight with the d-pawn, white gets in a quick check with the bishop at c4, and black moves the king into the corner. And now white goes ahead and takes the pawn at e4 with the queen. And now black plays the b-pawn to b6, getting ready to bring out the bishop. And white brings his rook up to f3. And black now goes ahead and brings out the bishop to b7. And now it's time for the challenge to the viewer. If you'd like to pause the video now and see if you can find white's next move, I'll wait for you. White now plays the astonishing move, queen to e6, threatening, of course, to play queen to g8, checkmate. So black takes the queen with the knight. And now white plays a second sacrifice. He plays his knight at h4 up to g6, check. And black takes the knight with the h-pawn. And now white swings the rook over to h3 with check, and black has to move the king to g8. And then white plays bishop takes e6, check. And after black plays his only move, which is king to f8, white ends the game with rook to h8, checkmate. A nice little game with a couple of great sacrifices. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.